Hello, peak performers. Hope everybody is doing great, having a productive day. This is Elizabeth Galperin, for those of you who are new to our community and new to my trainings. Today, I am going to talk with you about goals versus systems. And I want to preface this by saying I am not telling you that setting goals is a bad idea or that it is something you should stop doing. But I do want to give you a new perspective, a new lens to look through when you're thinking about goals and when you're thinking about systems. So, when I'm recording this in February. January is often the resolution setting goals month for most individuals. And when we set goals, oftentimes we are focused on purely the outcome, so an outcome goal. And that's where I want to kind of pull things apart today and give you a different way at looking at the types of goals that you are setting. So, we're really going to talk about why we set goals and how to set ourselves up for sustained and repeatable success. If you are joining me live, please drop me a comment so I can see who's here and I can answer any specific questions that you have. I love using real life examples and stories. So if you have a goal or a system, a habit that you're trying to develop and you want me to use it as an example, please feel free to share, because that is always the best way to learn, whether it's our own personal example or someone else's. All right, so let's talk about setting a goal. So when we have something we want to achieve, is the desire to actually chase the goal, or is it to build a habit, to build a sustainable process, system, routine, ritual? You can call it any of those words. We're really talking about the same thing. So to ask that question in a different way, are you looking for short-term impact, or I should say short-term glory, or are you looking for long-term impact? I think most of us, whether this is a personal example or a business professional example, most of us would say, well, if I could choose, I'd rather have, maybe I still want some of the short-term glory, but I really want the long-term impact. So that's what I want to talk about today. So I'm going to give you a couple of examples. There are lots of entrepreneurs that have this magic number of earning 10K in a month. So it is very possible to hustle and grind and work extremely hard, hey Rita, to reach that goal in the span of 30, 31, 28 days, right? But if the goal is purely earn 10K in 1 month, then when you flip the calendar, you may be starting over from scratch with nothing that's replicatable, nothing that's repeatable to do it again. So the goal of I want to earn 10K in 1 month, that's short-term glory, but could you create longer-term impact, right? You all probably know I'm a runner. And so, oftentimes runners have this goal that is like the dangling carrot of I want to run a half marathon or a marathon. So is the goal simply crossing the line at 13.1 or 26.2, or is the better mission to accept, training to become a healthy athlete? Who can sustain running 13, 20, 30 miles, who can lose some weight, who can build endurance, who can eat healthy food to fuel their body, and run as many long distance races as they desire. So those examples there help you, I hope, to see short-term glory, I want to earn 10K in 30 days, versus long-term impact. I want to have a business plan and process and a system so that I can generate $10,000 or more every month of the year. All right, So when you set a goal, then we're often selecting a target, right? An objective that you want to desire. In business, we'll often answer the question, what kind of success do I want? Here's the next question that you want to think about asking yourself after. That's a great first question. What success do I want? But if we're going for long-term impact and not just short-term glory, then the other questions that we want to ask include, what sacrifice am I willing to make? What changes am I willing to create in my life? What am I willing to do differently? What am I willing to adjust or change for good? Not just for 30 days or just for the 2 months of training for an endurance event, right? So, having a goal, that's easy. Anyone can have a goal, write it down, put it on a vision board, share it with a accountability partner. But the real challenge is not just that's the result I want, but it's, am I willing to sacrifice? Am I willing to change my lifestyle? Am I willing to become a different person in order to reach that goal and be at that level from here forward? So, again, who doesn't want to have, if you earn 10K a month, that could be a 6-figure business, right? Who doesn't want that? But are you willing to spend a little less time with your family? Are you willing to work on the weekends? Are you willing to take on clients that are demanding? What sacrifices are you willing to make to achieve that and to sustain that? Okay, so there's a trade-off. So when we set a goal, we often forget that. Now, if we start thinking about habits and processes and systems, then it's going to be a little bit more encompassing. We are going to account for, how do I do this again and again and again? How do I create a lifestyle? How do I create a process? How do I implement a system that's going to allow me to do this month, next year, 5 years from now? So what I'm really talking about is a shift in your perspective. So what if you focused more, not just on the goal, maybe not even on the goal at all, but on the type of person you want to become, rather than just the outcome that you want to achieve? Let me say it again for you. This is a writer downer. What if you focused on the person that you want to become, rather than the outcome you desire to achieve? I am a part of Ben Hardy's coaching program this year. If you are not familiar with Dr. Benjamin Hardy, I would strongly suggest adding him to your list of experts to follow. He's an amazing writer. He now is becoming a YouTube phenomenon. And he talks all the time about having a vision of your future self, and then on a daily basis, taking the actions that future self would take to speed up your process of becoming that higher level of yourself. So it's the same thing as what I'm saying here. Instead of just having a goal of, I want to earn this amount of money by this date, what if your objective was, I want to be a multi-million-dollar business owner or earner, and by becoming that person, I make these types of decisions. This is how I use my time. These are the activities that I spend the majority of my time and energy on. This is the rate at which I bill clients. So shift in perspective, right? Focusing on becoming that person versus simply reaching one result, one outcome. Okay, so instead of being outcome focused, the real shift here is becoming identity focused. Focused on the future identity, the identity of a person who lives a healthy lifestyle and can run a marathon. The identity of a 6-figure business owner who generates 10K or more a month through their services, through their products. Goals are a pursuit of a result. whereas systems are a plan for sustainability of those desired results. I'll repeat that one for you as well. Goals are the pursuit of a result. Systems are a plan for sustainability of the desired results. So let's go back to the athlete. Most people could tough it out for 8 or 12 weeks and be able to finish the cross the finish line and run a half marathon, right? But a healthy, fit athlete is going to be able to cross the finish line and do it again tomorrow, should they choose, or be able to continue that lifestyle the next week, the next month, the next year, because they're making the right choices about their nutrition. They're making the right choices about their hydration. They're making the right choices about how they're caring for and allowing their body to recover and rest. So, identity versus goal, or versus single outcome result. So new goals don't really deliver new results. It's the new lifestyle or the new habits or the new systems that deliver the results. So there is an analogy that I love to use. I think the first time I heard this analogy was from James Clear, author of Atomic Habits. I've seen it in other places, but I tend to attach it to him. I don't think he made this up. I think this is just something he included in his book. And it's an analogy about a rowboat. Okay, so think about a higher level boat that has a rudder and that has oars. So if you think about the boat and those two components, your goals are like the rudder. Okay, it's telling you go in this direction. This is the path you need to follow. The oars are what are going to get you started and keep you going and help you get there. So the oars in this analogy are your process, right? So you can have a great goal, but if you have nothing to move you there, you're going to stay at the start line. Or the current is going to take you every which way. You may reach the goal eventually, but you very well may not. So when the rudder determines the direction, the oars determine your progress. So again, it's about what you do every single day to get there. And then when you get there, you can keep going, right? It's like oftentimes when you get there, if you've developed the habits, if you've built the system, you get to that initial goal and you think to yourself, well, I'm here, but I actually want to go, one rung higher. I want to go another 13 miles. I want to earn another 10K. If you have the system, that feels so much more achievable than if all you were focused on, singular focus was make it to 10K, make it to 13.1. Then I can fall apart. Then I can give up. Then I can stop. Okay, so let me give you a couple more examples of the difference between goals and systems. And then I'm going to give you a challenge like I normally do at the end of these lives. Hey, Mark is here. Love it. Okay, if you're a coach, so we just finished watching the Super Bowl. Some of us are huge college basketball fans, getting excited for March Madness. If you're a coach, your goal is to win a championship. Your system is how you run your practice and the things you have your team execute every day at practice. Not when the spotlight's on, not just in the championship game. It's what you have your athletes do day in and day out. If you're a writer, your goal might be to publish a book. Your system is having a writing schedule and sitting down and producing, 250 or 500 words every single day, whether it's crap or whether it's genius, but it's the writing every day. That system gets you to the finished product. If you're an entrepreneur, your goal may be build a, $1 million business. Your system is how am I making sales every day? And your system is how am I marketing my offering? Your system is how am I delivering high quality product or service so that the clients keep coming, the sales keep coming, and the money keeps coming. So don't give up on setting goals, but do think about shifting the type of goal you're setting. Outcome focused or identity focused. The outcome focused is going to get you a short distance, but the identity focused is going to take you the long journey. It's going to sustain what you are seeking. So your challenge for the week is think about any goals that you set, whether it was a New Year's resolution, whether you wrote out your business plan and you're focused on quarter one, whatever you have done, whether you just in your head have thought, maybe this is the year that I will ... And get that goal on a piece of paper, get it out of your head, turn it into something tangible, and then think about how can I rewrite this goal so that it is focused more on my process and my system of getting to that result versus landing and being done. I promise you that the 1,000 steps you take to get there, if you focus on that, then when you get there, A, you will probably get there faster than you imagined. B, you will probably get there and realize that it wasn't as hard as you thought. And C, you will get there and you will probably want to continue the journey. And you will want to sustain, maintain, or you may want to set the bar a little higher. Thanks for joining me today. If anybody has a quick question before I hop off, feel free to drop it in the comments. This month, I'm talking a lot about systems. So as I referred to it earlier, a system can be something as simple as how you get out of bed and to your desk at the right time every day. It can be how you successfully onboard a new client. It can be a healthy eating habit or exercise habit. So a system, don't let that word intimidate you. It doesn't have to be something that's super complex that only corporations have to think about. Every individual, every entrepreneur, every business owner, every leader, every worker will benefit from systems. So take a look at your goals, take a look at your processes, and think about how you can connect the idea of setting goals, creating habits, defining processes and systems, and helping you to get those desired results that you absolutely are capable of. You set your mind to it, you can do it. Great to have you all today. Excited to see what kind of comments and questions come about, and I will see you guys back in this group in 2 weeks for another live training. Take care and have a productive day. Bye, everybody.